Hi guys, so welcome back. Starting back with question 21. A curve has equation y f of x. There is one minimum point on this curve, which means it's a quadratic. The coordinates of this minimum point are 5 minus 4. Write down the coordinates of the minimum point of the curve with the equation, so minimum point something like that. F of x plus 7. Now, hopefully we remember that when it's adding, it's translating the graph 7 spaces to the left, which means that this becomes -2, but it doesn't change the height of the graph, so we get -4 for the y value. Okay, f of x, take away 6. So this is the function, and then we're taking 6 away from the outputs, meaning that this will go down by 6, and we get to 5, -10. Okay, I'm trying my best to pause between some of these questions. So, right, the incomplete histogram shows some information about the distances in kilometers that 100 adults ran last week. That's good. All right, all of the adults ran at least 5 kilometers. So we've got a grid there. None of the adults ran more than 55 kilometers. So we've got a full data set on the right hand side. 14 adults ran between 15 kilometers and 20 kilometers. So this one is 15. So we've got a bar. It equals 14. It's got a class width of 5. So what is that value? So we need to know what that height is. If we divide the 14 by the 5, not making a mistake here, I think it's 2.8. It is, which means this height here is 2.8. That tells me that that's a 2, that's a 1. That thick line is a 3, and we've got a 4 there. It's now saying complete the histogram. So we know 14 are in here. We've got to figure out how many are down in this group. We've got 15 times by 3.4. I hope this is a whole number. 3.4 times by 15 gives us 51. We've got 0.4 times by a class width of 5, 10, 15, 20. So 0.4 times by 20 is 8. So 8 plus 14 plus 51. 8 plus 14 plus 51 gives us 73. And 100. Take away the 73. I can't believe I'm doing this on a calculator. I'm pretty tired. 27. So this bit is going to be 27. So 27 divided by our class width of 10 gives us 2.7. So this will go up to here. It's just one below the graph beforehand. And down. Oops. Down we go. And that is our histogram completed. Anything else for this one? No, just the 3 marks for getting that histogram correct. Okay, question 23. If any of them is going to take loads of time, it'll be this one. A solid shape is made by removing a hemisphere shown from a cone, as shown in the diagram. So we've got a massive cone, they've taken away a hemisphere. The radius of the hemisphere is 2x. The radius of the base of the cone, I'm going to do that in a different colour. Go grey, just like my hair. There we are, 5x. The vertical height of the cone is 6x. The volume of the solid shape, 6948. So that's going to be the result of the volume of the cone take with the volume of the hemisphere. Work out the total surface area of the solid hemisphere. Okay. So the surface area is going to be like this bit here and that bit there. This must be like 20 marks. 2 pages of working, 5 marks. That is tight. I thought maybe 6. Okay, so I'm going to just pause the video because I'm going to pull from the front of the paper the formulas and then snip them down below. Okay, got a bit lazy. I just snipped the whole thing rather than doing 2 snips. But we don't need this one. Oh my god, I'm supposed to be drawing over the top of that. There we are. Don't need that one. Don't need the volume of the prism. So the volume, volume of that bit there. So the volume of our cone, take away the volume of the hemisphere. So the volume of the cone is a third times by pi times by the radius of the cone. Now I'm going to, should I skip a stage? No, let's not skip a stage. 5x squared. And then it's going to be multiplied by the height, which is 6x. So multiply that by the 6x. L doesn't come into it. And it doesn't come into it at all because we're going to be working out surface area of the hemisphere in a bit. So that's the cone. I'm going to just simplify that now. So it's a third. Actually, 1/3 times by 6 is 2. And then the 5 squared will be 25. So this will make 50 pi. That's not 6x squared. That's just 6x. What a wally. And then it's x cubed. So we've got 50 pi x cubed because this bit here simplifies to 25x squared. 5x times 5x. Right, so that's the volume of the cone. Let's now look at the hemisphere. So the volume of the sphere, 4/3 pi, and it says r cubed, which is 2x and then cubed. And then that's going to be multiplied by a half. All right, let me just write here, hemisphere. I'll put hemisphere. Right, 4/3 times by pi times by 8 cubed times by a half. I'm now going to just do those numbers in the calc. So 4/3 times by a half times by 8. So 16/3 pi x cubed. Marvellous. Now the cone, take away the hemisphere, is going to be 50 take away 16/3. Oh, Shift SD. There we are. Which means that the volume is 44 2/3 pi x cubed, and that's equal to what we've been given in the question, 6,948 pi. I should really just write somewhere that I've done 50 pi x cubed, take away 16/3 pi x cubed. I am an examiner, I should know better, must show those stages of working. Now, I can divide both sides by pi, and I'm going to divide both sides by 44 2/3. So I'll just divide throughout by 44 2/3 pi. That will give me what x cubed is worth. So 6,948 divided by, and I've got that in the answer line still. Oh, that's not a nice number. Oh, God. 155 and 37/67. Cool. Wonder what it's going to be like when I cube root it. So we've got to cube root this number now. Shift answer. I'm not bothering. X equals 5.37805763. Right. So that's what X is. We've now got to find the surface area. So I'm going to need the pi r squared, and I'm going to need the surface area, 4 pi r squared. So 4 pi r squared. I only want half of it. So that's 2 pi r squared. And then the circle is pi r squared as well. Oh my God, does that mean it's 3 pi r squared? Surface area of sphere, 4 pi r squared. And then a circle is pi r squared. That's blown my mind. So 3 pi r squared, because we're adding those two together. I've got my answer in the answer lines. Oh no, it's just done something silly. Okay, I'm going to put it back in my calculator again. So also, just going back here, we've just got to note that this radius is 2x and not x. So pi r squared is going to be 3 times by pi times by 5.37805763 times by 2 and then squared. So we can do this bit by bit. So 5.37805763 times by 2 and then squared and then times by 3 and then times by pi, and that gives me 1090.39259. And if we round that, it's 1090. Okay, quick time check. How long have we got left? 5 minutes. I'm not getting this whole paper done in 5 minutes. 24, 25. Oh, I've got 2 questions left. I'll save them for the next video. So we'll get this one shut down and I'll see you in the next video.